Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. I am your host for this show, Black Excellence and Culture, the good and the bad, along here with my guest hosts.
I'm Lady T. What's up?
And it's great for you all to be tuning in with us again. Thanks so much. Shout out to any black businesses that have sent over your information. We will be giving you your shout out here before we end the show. But um, we do have a few good topics for you this evening. This is our very first official show
Yep.
for the Black Excellence and Culture. So, hopefully you tune in, enjoy, and join in the conversation with us because that's what we're here for. Um, so basically, what we're going to start off with right now is our topic, one of our topics from the evening anyway, uh, growing up black. Now, I know that sounds kind of vague, but uh, that has a plethora of different things involved with that. So, I mean, again, feel free to join in the conversation. We'd love to see, what antics you went through as a child as well, growing up in a black household. Um, and, you don't have to be fully black to watch the show. There's a mixture.
This is true.
But anyway, so kicking it off here. As far as growing up black, let's see. One of the main things that I remember growing up is the respect factor that you have for a parent, or like as far as like boundaries for time, like
You knew what line not to cross.
right, you knew when those street lights came on that you needed to be in the house. Like if the street lights came on and you weren't home, you already know what was going down. You was about to get your butt beat. Like that was hands down. Everybody knows that. I don't think it works that way in other households. They stay out all hours of the night and everything. Some kids do it now.
I don't think they're as scared as we were back then.
Listen, and we sound like we're really old. That's what's bad. Like it sounds like we're really old right now. We're not. Okay, listen.
I'll be 30 next year, you guys.
And I'm 30. Listen. This was not that long ago that we were talking about, okay?
We're so old.
And kids nowadays have no rules. Like,
Well, they do. They don't follow them.
But they don't listen to anything. And back when we were growing up, or growing up in a black household in general, you had certain rules that you had to follow, or you have rules that you are needing to follow. And there are some parents that enforce those rules, and then there are some that do not.
And then there were some that would probably end up in jail by enforcing those rules.
True. True.
Not literally speaking, but
You got the I brought you in this world, I'm gonna take you out. That's where that began, okay? Back when we were younger, okay?
Oh.
I mean, it was probably before we were even thoughts, but still. I brought you in this world and I'll take you out, okay? That was one of the things growing up that you had to hear often, okay? Well, let's just say if you were that bad of a child. How about that? We'll stick with that one.
The other thing was eating dinner. If you didn't eat something that you didn't like on that plate, you were told you gonna stay there until it's gone. Or you can't have nothing to drink until you ate everything on your plate. You can't have dessert until everything on your plate is gone.
True.
It traumatized me. Okay, I was one of them kids that would not. I couldn't do it.
You about to get that same plate tomorrow if you don't eat that food.
I fell asleep at the table one time because I didn't want to eat.
I mean, listen, okay. I was brought up by my grandparents. So
old school.
Listen. They told me that I listened and I enforced that on mine. Even though it's just like, okay, things that irritated our souls as kids, just like, oh my God, like, we don't even need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you telling me this? That was you. That's you old, not me. Whatever. Like, things that we used to get mad at our parents for when we were little. Now you see that we doing a whole 360, and now we're the ones that's doing it. Because I promise you, I be getting my baby all the time.
Yeah, you do.
My daughter knows. you don't eat this, you ain't getting anything.
Her daughter, my nieces,
you ain't getting nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Don't look at nothing.
Oh, what about the TV off by a certain time?
Listen,
and then trying to sneak to watch something after your parents know what to sleep.
No TV, no phone, no nothing after 9.
Oh, you was lucky.
I got 9 o'clock.
It was 9 for you. I'm jealous.
And grandma would get on the phone and be like, okay, it's hello. It's time for them to get off the phone now. And it'd be so embarrassing.
Oh no.
You be waiting for like 8:59:55.
Okay, gotta go.
Because you know that they about to get on the phone. It'd be so embarrassing.
Nah, I got 8:30. Yeah, my mama didn't play that.
I think
I
that's
had an older brother, so
like when the minutes run out.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of older brothers or older siblings, I got blamed for stuff that my dad did, and they wasn't even me. Like, why am I getting penalized for stuff that they did? You know what I'm saying? Growing up in a black household,
man, or getting that whooping because your sibling was supposed to clean the kitchen or clean the bathroom or help you clean your room with their stuff in your room.
Listen,
man, look.
Listen,
I got bruises and scars, permanent.
Growing up in a black household in general leaves an impression on a child.
Yeah.
Let me just say, there are the good and the bad
and the ugly
of growing up in a black household. Like as I stated before, like, okay, yet again, going back, we knew when to be in the house.
Yep.
We knew not to talk back. We knew that we was about to get clocked in the throats if we said something when an adult was talking. Like it seems like adults nowadays are trying to be more so of their child's friend than actually, being that parent.
Yeah.
And I think since we incorporate that so much now, for whatever reason, I don't know why. Maybe it's because of some people that grew up in the black household. Now they're like, oh, well, I was under such strenuous rules. I'm not going to subject my child to that.
Yeah, no. Rules are rules for a reason. Authority is authority for a reason. Parents are parents for a reason.
But then at the same time, you do have certain things that occurred in the black household that, need to be addressed. And now a lot of kids that are now adults are coming through and like, okay, well, so I couldn't say that as a kid because I knew better and I respected you. but you keep coming for me with this. Now I'm older. I feel
I
like I
got a
got
backbone.
I feel like I got enough now. I can say something.
Say it with your chest.
But like for instance, your parent, say for instance that they didn't want you to speak when grown folks are talking.
I used to get that all the time.
Don't talk when grown folks are talking. Stay in a child's place.
I'm no longer a child. So do I still stay in that place?
I mean, technically, it's like, you gonna always be my baby.
I am grown.
Sherman. But not like stay in a child's place. That's one thing. Like now you get older and you just like, okay, nah, I ain't a child no more. I'ma talk. But you still say, look, and you all can tell me if I'm wrong. Growing up black, you scared as everything to cuss in front of your parents. You feel me?
Man, listen. Okay.
I don't care how old you are. I don't care how much girth or whatever it is that you think that you have. But listen, you can try it. You can get loud with them all you want to. I don't know who you raising your voice at.
Who you think you talking to?
You ain't too old to get bent over.
You better take the bass out your voice. Listen, okay?
Listen. You scared as everything to cuss in front of your parents. You feel me?
I'm having flashbacks.
You will not. You won't cuss in front of your parents. It's a lot of things that you won't do in front of them. But the staying in a child's place, that's one thing that a lot of adults are going back and saying is wrong now. Like, and then too, and I can't speak for other households because I didn't grow up in other households. But, you know, black parents, we don't like to apologize.
No.
We wrong.
I said what I said.
Like, and even when you find out, like, you know, they can tell you, oh, nah, you was wrong about this, and this, like, show you the facts, like, nah, it was this, that, and the third.
They just look at
They
you
just
like,
gonna
oh,
like, oh,
okay.
okay, well, and what you want me to do about it? Like, they will never apologize, and that really resonates with the kid, because then they always look like, okay, so an authoritative figure is never going to apologize for things that they do, even though they're in the wrong.
Right.
So,
which is why it makes it so hard for them to, you know, actually talk to authority
and then
when something is wrong.
The kid is always the one that has to apologize. You notice that though?
Yeah.
You don't have to. The adult doesn't have to apologize, but the kid does.
I didn't do anything. You did.
Like, but the kid does something wrong and the kid has to apologize. I will never understand that. I think that's messed up.
Yeah, it's pretty backwards. But maybe that's why the stay in a child's place isn't so strong now, because we realized growing up that when we were told that, we didn't really think we had an opinion in a grown folks conversation. But now sometimes kids can actually have a point, like a valid point in something that an adult is talking about.
The children are the future.
This is true.
Let them lead the way.
Shut up.
But no, seriously though, the children are the
get her.
future. Okay, like there's a lot of things that need to become a normal as far as children and adults in the black household.
Yeah.
And another subject. This might be okay. So this is gonna be a little. This gonna touch a little bit of y'all souls. Might, you know, tick a few people off. It might rub people the wrong way. Sorry in advance, but it needs to be said.
I know where you're going.
To all the mothers, and yet again, I'm not saying that this is just black mothers or single mothers, but this is just from my experience and from what I've seen. unfortunately, it is black parents. Um, Stop coming around with your boyfriends. I'ma say
Uncle so and so.
your Uncle Joe or Uncle Leon
Whoa.
or whoever. Okay. We'll change the name because her dad's name is Leon. But on a serious note, though, like with the uncles or whatnot, and then like leaving your children alone with them, or even like bringing them around. Like, for one, if you have little girls and you bring a grown man around them, first of all, that's not their uncle. Okay, that's your boyfriend.
Let that be known.
And first of all, they shouldn't even be meeting them unless you're serious about a actual relationship with them moving forward. First of all, let's just get that out the way.
Exactly.
Because not only are you setting that example that it's okay to move from man to man to man to whoever, but you're putting that mindset in their head that, okay, well, this guy is my uncle. It's okay to call another man my uncle. It's okay to call this guy and be close to all these men and never have a connection with them.
Or they have that slip up when you break up with one, and then your kid comes in there and be like, "Mommy, what happened to Uncle such and such?"
That part. Like, or either, Lord forbid, one of them touches your baby.
I'm going to jail.
And then 9 times out of 10, and this has been shown numerous times on crime shows,
in black movies.
right? What was that? Woman, Thou Art Loose.
Yep.
Is that the like? There's always that baby that is molested by this so-called uncle because they was trying to get to your baby, but they went through you
To get to your baby.
to
and
get
then
to your baby.
You
They
don't
get
believe
your
your
baby,
baby.
and then your baby comes and tells you, "Oh well, Uncle Steve decided that he wanted to touch me in my area," and you're like, "Oh, stop lying. That's not the truth. Like you ain't
Like,
telling
he
the
don't
truth.
want
Whatever.
you.
He want me and all this mess like that. Like don't do that, because first of all, how is the baby gonna know what that area is? How is the baby gonna know the difference between what was right in that situation and what was wrong? And why would your baby make up a lie on somebody that
They
a
don't even
grown
know.
man at that they don't even know or like or whatnot, but you felt the need to leave them either by themselves or you were asleep or whatever, and they snuck off in their room or did XYZ, whatever the case may be. And now, since you, the person that they felt was there to protect them and be able to confide in, has yelled at them and called them a liar, now they have that mindset like, okay, so this was my fault. Now I did it. It's okay if it happens again, because I'm not going to tell anybody because nobody's going to believe me. Mommy didn't believe me.
Don't set that up for them.
Like, you don't want that, because, been there, done that. It doesn't feel good. Let's just say.
It's not a comfortable conversation, but, you have to have that conversation. If you start to notice that change in your kid, talk to them, figure out what's going on. Whether it's somebody you dating, an uncle, a church friend, whoever, talk to your kids, please.
That part. And the as far as that goes, just believe your baby. If anything, don't shut your baby out, because that's the last thing that you want to do, because you never know what will go through their mind at that point, and you wouldn't want to be the last thing that your baby remembers.
True.
If they were to feel like Okay, well, there's no purpose of me being here.
I mean, they say kids don't have like a thought process, like a proper thought process at their age, but you'll be surprised at how crazy a kid's mind can be. You affect them a whole lot more than you think you do.
Yes, very much so.
So, just watch your kids.
And if you need to cut them,
Snip, snip, oh. Snip, snip, oh.
but yeah, so that went a little dark.
So to bring it back. Also, growing up black, have you ever had a random object thrown at you while your mama was fussing at you? Like a sandal?
I ain't get no random objects. I've had the switch. I've had an electric cord, like the extension cord, and a belt. Like, and you had to go pick out your own switch. I always got the thinnest one. They were like, "You better not. If it breaks, you gonna get another one."
Well, at least you got to pick yours. Ours was braided and dipped in hot water.
Wait, dipped.
Terrible.
Oh, your parents had a death wish.
Oh no, that wasn't my parents. That was the grandparents.
Oh,
Cause that's how they got our parents.
okay.
Yeah. Now my parents on the other end, they had this one belt. You saw that belt come out the closet, you better lock yourself in a room and hope to dear Jesus that he forgot that he was gonna give you a whooping that day. He never folded it. He never folded it like a normal parent. He would take that thing and whip it like a whip around the corner, and the tip of it would always get your butt. Just right there. Just like that.
Okay, so I know it's not just us that got whipped with random objects
No,
or
it wasn't.
things. If you were whipped or beaten,
Into the common sense you have now.
there may be some compensation for you. No, I'm just kidding. But no, and but no, if you got hit with anything outside of a hand when you were a kid, 9 times out of 10 you have some sense into your life as of right now.
You make some smart decisions today.
Cause
Baby,
there's some children that need it in their life. But, we ain't gonna say much about that.
no.
We ain't gonna say much about that.
Ain't
I mean,
nobody got
but,
time.
if they did, there would be less
Mm-hmm.
of the mass shootings and
Mm-hmm.
everything else. Just one good crack of the whip, as they say. Turn the tables on them. They would never know.
They won't understand why we so strong at this point.
But then again, that may turn them violent anyway.
Well,
'Cause it's
yeah,
in
it
their
could be
nature.
retaliation.
I'm gonna kill you, Mom. Okay. Okay,
Oh my
never
God.
mind. Don't listen to my advice.
Oh my God.
But okay, so moving right along, as far as other black things, we'll come back to some other fun times as far as growing up black. Well, shoot, for the girls growing up black, we just move right on into that subject. Y'all got the Just For Me perms and the what is it, the sponge curl?
Man,
Where you
listen,
have
them
them
sponge
sponge
curl rollers,
curls,
them perm rod
and it-
rollers.
It be right
that
there.
leaves that dent on your forehead when your mama tie your scarf so tight. Jeez.
You have the indentation of the scarf in your head, And then that one tight curl that will never.
You take the roller out and the curl still just as tight as it was. That one little curl that's on top of your head. It's just like, hey.
And y'all got
No.
the Just For Me perms for Easter, so y'all look all prim and pressed and pretty.
That was if you didn't get the hot comb. Okay, hearing the behind your ear, and then getting that infamous "Don't move, it won't burn you," and you never move, but you still end up with a burn mark here, 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 here. How, Sway? How?
The dread. I'd say they didn't even make hot combs anymore, but apparently I was wrong.
They do. You plug it up now.
And a lot of, if there are any children watching, y'all probably don't even know what we're talking about. Go look it up.
Most of them don't. Ours didn't.
Go look it up. Your ancestors were using it.
I had to tell her what it was. She was, what is a hot comb?
Your
Something you
ancestors
don't want
used
to
it.
experience. Listen,
It'll
I feel
singe.
like every black kid in this generation, if they haven't experienced it, need to experience getting hot combed by their grandma. Not your mama, not you. Not you. The mamas.
We don't
Not
need to
you.
do that.
Your mama.
They don't need to be traumatized.
With the coconut or the blue magic hair grease.
Nah, boss. Not the blue magic.
And the paper towel that you wipe the hot comb off on to make
Listen.
sure it ain't burning.
Get the pink oil moisturizer and stuff. Listen.
Oh, the pink lotion. Jesus Christ.
It's just,
Man,
Lord,
listen.
memories.
Listen.
That thing sends your hair, man, that thing go through your hair, sound like crackling popcorn.
I didn't mind so much of the getting hot combed, like after the fact. It was the having to curl my hair with that hot butt curling iron after you just tortured me with the hot comb, and then you got the nerve to tell me don't sweat your hair out, don't move, go sit down until we leave for church, and when we get to church, don't start running around and sweating your curls out. Well, what am I supposed to do? I'm 6. Go to church one way, come home a whole nother, ooh, girl. And then get your butt toe into, because you came home looking like that.
That's a whole nother subject. Listen. That's like the kids on the first day of school. They go
Looking extra cute.
looking cute as everything and come back looking like
What
who did
in
it
the
and
world
why.
happened? Like that picture of that little girl that had the twisted hair bows, and she was so cute with her little button up and stuff, and then she came home, she had one twisted pigtail all the way out, like hair bow missing and everything. She had a hole in the stockings, like how?
Listen, the struggle is real, okay?
I miss them days.
Lord, sizzling pop.
Listen, but now it's a payback for me. Don't be that kid that goes through that torture and then grow up to do hair. It's a terrible table turner.
I'm just here.
Oh my gosh. I had one moment where, like, my dad decided he wanted to do my hair one time because my mama was in the hospital. He put 2 twisted plaits in my head, split my hair down the middle, wrapped this one in a ball, and left this one hanging. I was like, sir, this is not it. And he made me leave with him.
You had a whole family though. At least you had a whole family. A lot of black families is broken.
This is true.
Unfortunately.
Most of my best friends are broken family pieces.
They just sit there and they admire all the whole family. Just, I want a daddy too.
But see, that's what I didn't understand. Like, you have those full black families. It's got the mama, the daddy, and the kids together. And, you know, those ones that either don't have their mom or they don't have their dad, they're looking at yours like, dang, I wish I had that. But they be the ones sometimes that's got like all the electronics and stuff, like all the game systems and whatever. So they're looking at you for both parents. You looking at them for the electronics and the material things. Like, we both wish we had something we both have. Kind of sucks.
Wow.
But we love each other the same.
It's the truth. But it's not our fault that a lot of us are fatherless.
This is true.
Outside of the systematic racism of today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot of our men that willingly want to be in their children's lives, but
Or they put it on that front where they do, and then behind closed doors they don't.
or you have the baby mamas that
Using
even
the
though
kids as collateral.
they the baby daddy do want to see the babies, they just like, oh nah, you ain't gonna see them, I'll run me my check every month and don't let them
Collateral.
see the kids. It's pretty sad.
It's collateral. I'm
Don't
gonna hold you
use your
down,
babies as pay.
please. But
They ain't asked to be here.
but no, back to black hair or whatnot. I know it's an old topic at this point, but I will never understand how having dreads is an issue for work or any professional anything at that matter.
They've banned it now, unfortunately. Like, I don't know if it's in North Carolina just yet, but
I don't think
do
it's
know
reached here yet.
that there is like a law or something out there where
Mhm.
like you could be fired or either not hired
Yep.
if you have dreadlocks, which embrace your natural hair, boo boo.
Right.
Okay.
They don't understand the history behind it. I'm not gonna get into the history behind it, but they see it as messy or nasty or.
So I mean,
So what happens when
that's free
I'm
form.
not even gonna finish that question.
But that's free form.
It is, which is why I don't understand it. Like, that's almost like me telling you you can't work with me because you have an afro. Like, it's my hair. This is me. It doesn't affect what I can bring to your company. It doesn't affect the way I'm gonna work for your team.
I bet you if they said that you couldn't work here if you had blonde hair, though, there'd be a lot of people
Unemployed people.
that ain't there.
But what about? I said I wasn't gonna ask that question.
What question? Ask it. Ask it. What's the question?
What about those wonderful people that have locks but still have a job?
That's
I
a
don't-
good question.
It doesn't set
That is
well
a good question.
with me. Corporate America, what's wrong?
Somebody needs to ask that. We
What's
need to.
wrong?
We need to ask that.
We need a poll.
We need to put that in a letter to whoever. We need to find out who we need to send that to. So
Yeah.
you all ban dreadlocks, but what about the wonderful people?
You banned
Okay,
it for
so
the
here we go.
beautiful people, but
Just-
what about the wonderful people?
Just so you all understand. The wonderful,
people.
beautiful.
The beautiful people.
Okay, you all ban it for the wonderful people. I mean, you ban it. Excuse me, for the beautiful people.
But it's okay for the
If the wonderful
wonderful
people have dreadlocks, do they have to cut theirs as well, or are they able to still continue working? Because if so, then
that's a problem.
there's an issue there, sir. Because that's the same.
I mean, they took it so far as to like I said, it's an old story, but it's never old news. The young man that was wrestling with, I believe it was Butner High School. I gotta go back and check. But mid wrestling match, the referee made him cut his locks because it was
Wait.
against the policy.
Mid match.
Mid match.
Oh,
He
no.
still won because now, by the time the second half of that match came up, he had all this anger and rage built up inside of him from that. And it wasn't even a call that the referee was supposed to make. She just doesn't like the beautiful people.
Wow.
So, and I think she still had her job for a little while.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
And she must have been a wonderful
Why we
person.
always getting banned from something?
She must have been a wonderful person.
She was very. Yeah. But I don't get how like certain hairstyles, quote unquote, affect how we work. You get that just by looking at me. Like, I feel like those that do have locks in other states, as soon as they walk into the door for the interview, the job is gone. Already. We can go through the whole interview process, but you're not listening to what I said. You're not looking at my resume, nothing. Because you see me, but you don't see me, and you don't see me.
Okay.
It's kind of
Better start preaching on.
kind of messed up.
But I mean, that's like the whole thread that went around with the story where it was a beautiful person that was parking in a parking lot, and there was a wonderful person that came through and cussed her out and all this good stuff and was like, well, you took my spot and blah blah blah. And you know, she went on about her business, and then he came in there and was like, I'm here for my interview, and walked in there, and who else was the boss other than the beautiful woman that he had just cussed out? Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much for being here today.
You never know who you're talking to.
Always respect, okay?
That first impression, Jesus.
Okay. Like,
Jesus.
you don't know me and I don't know you. I'm not gonna judge you based off of what others say or whatnot. And if there were like-minded people, especially all these Cheeto MAGA happy whatever, ain't even gonna give them the time of day, but if they had that mindset too, or you can agree to disagree or whatever the case may be, then we'd all get along. But nah, you know, it's a whole nother subject. But you know,
Man.
moving right along, what you think about Uncle Joe and I can't never get her name right. Kamala
Kamala Harris.
Is it Kamala?
Miss Harris.
Kamala Harris.
With her gorgeous self.
I was gonna
she
say
is
Biden
beautiful.
and Harris for 2020.
She is beautiful. I want to be like her when I grow up. She is only 55.
Yeah.
And she look like that.
Okay, so let's just put this out there. If you do not know already, Uncle Joe, first of all,
He's albino.
he's invited to the cookout at any time. Only thing that he's missing is the cookout sandals. Okay, I don't
And
know
the
if he-
linen suit.
I don't think he can cook.
We got to get him the Steve Harvey suit.
I don't think he can cook. But he's invited to the cookout. He can at least come. But anyway,
He can dance.
Uncle Joe is gonna be once he is voted in. We gonna speak over that, okay?
Biden 2020.
Once he is sworn in, and you know all that good stuff, he gonna be 80, okay? You know, Uncle Joe, you pushing it just a little bit, but you know we need a change. And you know, I think that he made a good decision with Miss Harris.
Doctor.
Excuse me, Dr. Harris. Let me just say this though. Cause I really want to know, and I'm gonna ask this because I want y'all to comment. Cause let me just say I've seen this a lot lately, up and down my timeline, and I want to know why y'all feel the way that y'all do. Okay, so we all got skeletons in our closet.
Yep.
We all ain't made the best decisions, and doggone sure ain't made the best decisions to benefit each other. But yet and still, just because Miss Harris, or excuse me, Dr. Harris, who is actually half of us beautiful people, has a few things on her back burner, regarding the black community and everything. I keep seeing up and down my timeline that, why are we gonna vote for Biden and Harris? Oh, well, she's this and she's that. Or, well, why would we vote for her when she did this for black people? And why would we do this when she hasn't done this for black people? And, well, he's racist and he's this and he's that. And I understand that everybody we feel like everybody on both sides ain't for us, and ain't nobody really speaking for the black community, and we ain't got nobody to speak for us and all this good stuff. I understand. But at the end of the day, there are two candidates, okay? No, we ain't counting Kanye. He ain't one of us, okay?
He is a part of Get Out.
He is with the MAGA crew. You vote for him. They
got the teacup.
You vote for him. You just giving more votes to Cheeto. So
Cheeto got the teacup to control Kanye.
So it's two candidates. So you not gonna vote for Biden or Harris, or you got so much animosity towards Dr. Harris or whatever, and have so much to say about this educated,
well-educated
sister, and talking so much junk about her instead of uplifting her, as we should be. Because if something were to happen to Uncle Joe once he wins, we're going to speak on that yet again. Once he wins, if something is to happen to him, she will be the first female president.
Black.
She will be
female.
The first African American president. And she will be the first female president to be sworn in from being a VP.
Yeah.
So I understand yet again that everybody has skeletons in their closet, and not everybody agrees with whatever is going on in today's society. But we do need a change outside of Cheeto. So if you're not going to vote for Biden and Harris, and you have such an issue with Harris, who you voting for?
Because if you don't vote, it's automatically going to Cheeto.
Right. If you don't vote, your vote is going to Cheeto. If you
vote for Kanye, your vote's going to Cheeto.
Your vote's going to Cheeto. So if you put independent or whatever the case may be, the vote goes to Cheeto. So you want 4 more years of a
with
temper
this stupidity,
tantrum, having baby in the office that don't know his left from his right, his up from his down,
his hair from his scalp.
He don't know that his toupee flies in the wind. Do you want 4 more years of that, or you're willing to put aside the differences that one of our black sisters has, and the fact that she's running with Joe Biden, who, as I stated before, I've seen that you all stated that he was a racist, and you got the facts and everything to prove it. That's all well and good. But y'all wasn't doing all this uprising and everything when he was with Obama.
Right. Maybe they're just mad because Michelle's not running with him. Maybe. But she said she wasn't gonna. So what are we mad for? Michelle is doing other things with her
And
life.
Michelle is backing Uncle Joe.
Exactly. 100.
Like, I mean,
So was
like
Uncle
I said,
B.
I understand. But if you do not vote, or you don't vote for Uncle Joe, then you basically are
You just signed your life over.
you are handing us over to another 4 years with this fool, and who knows what gonna happen then? Cause we already in a pandemic that
That
just
they
came out
say
of nowhere.
ain't gonna end.
And that just came out of nowhere, and he disbanded the pandemic group that was put together for this purpose
Right.
when Obama was in office, because he's mad that a black man was in the office and he has nobody else to blame. He's blaming everybody else except for himself.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He's running the White House like the apprentice. You're fired. You're fired. After a while, he ain't gonna have nobody to fire but himself, and I hope he do.
Listen, you gonna put... He already been fired, okay?
How he made it past the impeachment, I will never
He's
understand.
been impeached, yet he's still here,
How you do that?
okay?
Maybe that's why Malaya was like, not Malaya, Miss Harris. That's why she was like, where we do that at? That could be. I'm gonna have to go look at that speech.
I just want to know who y'all voting for, if y'all choosing not to vote for, and also while we're on the subject of politics, as far as the protests and the riots and everything that have occurred, they have given voice to us. We as an African American community have given an uprising and made our voice known recently, due to the George Floyd killing
Sandra
and
Bland.
Sandra Bland and so
Breonna
many other
Taylor.
countless deaths
Mhm.
behind police brutality and those killing us outside of our race. That's going to be a whole nother subject as far as the black on black, since everybody was in their feelings when I said something about black on black crime before. That's going to be a whole nother subject and a whole nother episode, because that's probably going to be a whole episode in itself,
Yep.
because I'm going to be ready for the debates, let me just say. Well, actually not the debate, because I'm not going to debate with anybody. We're just going to be talking as adults do. As far as the protests and the riots and everything, with our voice being heard and all the Black Lives Matter memorabilia and everything popping up everywhere, which is beautiful. Yet again, we got a black sister that's gonna be in the office, and I'm pretty sure, ain't nobody perfect. We all have not made the best decisions. Maybe we've decided to snitch one time when we shouldn't have. Maybe we decided that we was gonna, shoot, everybody done did a 5-finger discount at Walmart. Like, was that the best decision? Like, if somebody were to look into your past and delve into your past, or either your present, let's go there. Okay, if somebody
What
were
you
to
do last
delve
night.
into your life in the current, what would they find on you? Would you want people judging you based off of your decisions and things like that, especially when it comes to your own.
And you know it wasn't the best decision.
And we're sitting here talking about, well, Black Lives Matter. We need to uplift our black women, and we need to uplift and keep our black men close, which is definitely true. But if that's the case, and that's what we're preaching, why are we not doing that now?
Practice what you preach.
But I digress.
I mean, that's been song lyrics for how many years now? Like, just being real. Practice what you preach. We gotta pave the way for the next generation. I mean, they do look at us when y'all think they're not. They pay more attention to us than we think they do.
And if you don't go vote or join in the census or whatnot, then you're setting that example that your child is going to look at you and be like, oh, well, mama ain't never vote, daddy ain't never vote, I ain't about to vote either. It's cool. And you see that they already trying to put so many blockers up for us as African American people not to be able to vote. You got to have a valid ID in order to vote. And they've made it now that felons aren't able to get IDs.
Right.
And a lot of the felons, unfortunately, are African American men because of this systematic
wrongly
racism.
accused African American men.
That part. Whether it be wrongly accused or either they getting a felony while someone of a different color, of a
just
different
got a
shade,
slap on the wrist and sent home.
Walked away with a little bit of a
community service time or a little probation.
Maybe not even a misdemeanor. It's not even on your record. We'll expunge it from your record if you do XYZ. Like, there's so much in regards to that, and you got to realize what those that came before us did for us to be able to vote and went through for us to be able to vote, and for us not to go out there and vote despite who it is that we like or don't like. Unless you about to get out there and go run for president or for office to make a change in your community, or do something worthwhile in your community to make a change, then
suck up your pride and go vote.
I'm gonna need for you to make your decision as to who it is that you gonna vote for. Pull up your big boy or big girl draws and go on out there to the voting polls, or either get your absentee ballot, do whatever it is that you need to do, boo boo.
And we know somebody that they can talk to if they don't know like where to go to vote.
If you need an absentee ballot, you can contact. You can contact St. James Presbyterian Church. They are giving away absentee ballots through the end of August right now. You can call them at 336-273-6658. You can go call them, pick up your ballot at any point, and they will actually have somebody there to walk you through how to not only fill it out but submit it and make sure that it's counted. Make sure that you fill out your census so that we can get the money that it is that we need. We complaining about we don't have books and the proper electronics and everything. School just started back. Half our babies ain't even get their little Chromebooks.
Right.
Or, Wi-Fi and everything else.
I still feel like they should have waited.
Like,
but that's just my opinion.
How else you think we gonna get it if you don't do anything? Like, we as a African American community need to come together a little bit more. And when we say that we're gonna come together and we're gonna uplift each other, whether that be man, woman, boy, or girl, we need to actually stick to that.
Don't just say it.
Yeah, do what it is that we say that we're gonna do.
And don't be that black friend that has a black friend that has a black business looking for every discount in the world. If you gonna support black businesses, support them to the fullest. Because you will want that same respect in return if it was yours.
Y'all want Black Wall Street back? Go ahead and help out. You gotta do what you gotta do. You can't go to Walmart or TJ Maxx or Target or wherever and sit there and be like, oh well, you know what? I ain't got it right now. I'm gonna hit you back in a week or two and don't never hear from you again, because then you ain't gonna walk out with nothing.
Exactly.
Just saying. But let me stop preaching.
Because that's a whole nother.
Right, we're gonna get on that on another day. But laying out some shout outs here. If you have any black owned businesses, if you have a black owned business, you may have multiple. Go ahead, either comment below on the video, or you can email us at blackexcellencetv@gmail.com. That's BLK excellence, not excellent, excellence tv@gmail.com. Or you can message us on Facebook, and you can find us on every platform, same name, Black Excellence TV. We'll be looking forward to getting that information. But just to give a few shout outs for some black owned businesses, we have
Southern Kitchen. Let me
pause. We getting the name. I'm
2
sorry,
seconds.
We
2
had
seconds.
It,
I'm
we
so
had
sorry.
it up. It's terrible.
But yes, the lovely Shanitra Purvis and her smack your mama cooking. Okay, listen.
Yeah, she's bomb every time.
I got it. I'm getting to it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where's she at?
Well, while she's looking for that, you have Fresh Buzz TGT. You can go to Fresh Buzz, that's BUZZTGT.com, and get any alcoholic, non-alcoholic beverages. You can get desserts,
Entrees.
yeah, now selling the plates, all infused. If you choose to get that, we also have kids. They also have kids plates, so make sure to go check them out. Again, that's freshbuzztgt.com. Make sure you check them out. Very good, and good customer service.
Very. I found her. Shanitra Purvis is over Ladies Southern Kitchen. And when I tell y'all, that's some good down home, touch the bottom of your soul by your hearts. Jesus Christ, thank you. Some food right there. And I just got chills down my back. Shanitra, girl, listen.
Make sure that you go check her out. Her food is bomb, for real though. She got different specials. You gotta catch her though. Make sure that you own it, okay?
Yeah, cause she be selling out. She sells out
She be
really
going
quick.
in a minute. But
let's see. I got one more. Let me find her. If you are looking for a nail tech, Quanisha Mack, where is your? She is a beast with some nails. I never have her stuff up when I need it. I'm always looking for her, and I never have it up when I need it.
shout out to the black owned businesses.
Okay. Yep. I gotta find her thing. Hold on. I'm going to her up out. Jesus. One more. I know. Projects Chicks. Okay. That is PROJEXX.X. Chicks. Okay. She is a beast. Nail tech on deck right there.
Oh, and if you're looking for a photographer or a videographer for anything, make sure that you check out Forever Jones Co. That's Forever Jones Co. That's my boy Keith. He is a beast as far as the camera and with the videography. So make sure that you check him out. Um, he is on Facebook, and he also has his webpage. I'm sorry. It's www.foreverjones.co. That's CO. So foreverjones.co. Make sure that you check him out if you need any photography or videography done. Go ahead and hit him up. But again, we do thank you for tuning in today. And again, if you have any black owned businesses that you want us to shout out at the end of the show, make sure that you go ahead and comment below, email us or message us. We will definitely go ahead and shout you out. We will be here each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So make sure that you check us out. It was a pleasure chilling with y'all today. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. And until next time, again, my name is SHAE.
I'm Lady T.
And we will check in with you next week.